Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next fight of the evening. Please welcome to the cage our first fighter, coming to us by way of the red corner, Luke Hunsaker. Quintin Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, this next fight is presented to us by the Extreme Detailing. Three-minute rounds in the SFL Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing at 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 135 pounds and represents the MMA Institute. Here is Luke Hunsaker! And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing at 5 feet, 7 inches tall. He also weighed in at 135 pounds and represents global MMA. Here is Quintin Gray. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the action, Stacy Dolby.
All right, we're live with Luke Hunsaker and Quintin Gray.
Yeah, Luke Hunsaker definitely, and Quintin Gray, both veterans of the SFL cage, both fighters coming from solid camps.
Yes.
Luke Hunsaker coming from the McCoy Martial Arts Institute up in Richmond, Virginia, MMA Institute. His opponent, Quintin Gray from Global MMA. Two schools very well represented, very well known here throughout the mixed martial arts and just the general training circuit here in the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah. I tell you, it's always fun watching Luke fight. You know, he's a very composed fighter, very technical. And, you know, he's got his hands full here with Quintin Gray. You know, Quintin Gray is a little, ooh, that was a close one in the midsection, but he seems to be the aggressor. But Luke is always calm, composed, and you don't sleep on him because at any moment he can attack and it's over.
Well, to tell you the truth, Mike, now that you mention it, inside of the cage is a bad place to try to sleep, regardless of who your opponent is, especially if it's Luke Hunsaker or Quintin Gray.
Good one there. I like that. I gotta kind of think I want to come back. That was pretty good.
I know. You know, I'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. My bad humor will be on tap with the low blow.
Well, he did it twice. The first
Ouch.
one I didn't see. He did it twice, but the first one I didn't catch, and this one was evident.
Okay, definitely not an intentional low blow. Referee Stacy Grant checking on the well-being of the fighter. He has up to 5 minutes to recover, at which time, if he cannot recover, I believe this fight will be ruled a no contest. But we do have up to 5 minutes to see if Hunsaker can get his bearings back.
Yeah, and it looks like that was very bad. I think they're going to play the replay up on the Megatron. If so, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and a lot of times that is kind of one of the problems that you have when you have these stylistic matchups of the tall guy versus the other guy that's, you know, several inches shorter. Luke Hunsaker trying to get his bearings back.
And, you know, you never know, what's going on in a fighter's body, Getting knee to the midsection, as you and I know, that's a very delicate spot. But, you never know. You think you're good, but then, something can happen just a few seconds later. So let's see how he's recovering. It seems like he's all right, but he has a full 5 minutes to recover.
Yeah, and he'd be really well served to utilize this full 5 minutes to make sure that he is fully recovered.
Look at that action there. They came back vicious.
Luke Hunsaker with his bearings back and pressed up against the cage for the second half of round number 1.
I think he's a little shy watching those knees this time, making sure he doesn't have an intentional growing knee again. Excuse me, unintentional.
Yeah, and that's once again, that's got to be something that kind of gets in your head if you're Quintin Gray. You struck him twice, obviously, with unintentional knees. That's got to play through your head in your strategy with throwing knees to your opponent.
Yeah, it does.
Because I'd be willing to bet, even if we had another unintentional knee, I'd be willing to bet you that referee Stacey Dolby would be taking a point. Quintin Gray cognizant of this as the fighters jockey for position along the cage.
Yep.
Nice knees on the inside from both fighters.
See what's happening here? They're holding up. You see Luke kind of have him press up against the cage. He's thinking about what's going to happen next.
Yeah, Luke Hunsaker staying very heavy with 10 seconds left here in this first round. Nice knees by both fighters to close out this first round. Round number 2 is underway. Hunsaker looking to use that range. And a nice wheel kick, courtesy of Quintin.
I don't think he even knew he was going to do it. He just went with the flow. And it seems like we're going back to the cage side here again. See what happens to these two.
Yeah, Quintin definitely looking to press Hunsaker up against the cage, and it almost looks like Quintin is shooting for a takedown.
Yeah, but it's hard because Luke Hunsaker has the double underhook.
Hunsaker is a very tall, lanky opponent and working very hard to keep this on his feet, looking to use that range. Pressing Quintin Gray up against the cage is Hunsaker. Nice reversal from Quintin. Puts Hunsaker's back up against the cage.
Absolutely. Looks like Quintin was going for a takedown, but
looking to scoop up a leg, and beautiful defense by Hunsaker. Quintin definitely looking to take this action to the ground. Nice knee followed up by Hunsaker.
Seems like it's a battle of will. Who's going to make the mistake first?
Jockeying for position along the cage. Quintin Gray now maintaining the dominant position with Hunsaker against the cage. Hunsaker landing some very nice knees, looking to lock up a Muay Thai plum. And
yeah. Now Quintin getting busy again with those knees. See if he stays careful not to keep me in the midsection, get another unintentional knee to the groin.
Yeah, and referee Stacey Dolby is definitely keeping a close eye on this action. She will not hesitate to separate these fighters if they're being inactive against the cage and just holding each other. But that's the thing that a lot of people don't see is it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of action going on, but these guys are locked up in a chess match for the dominant position.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't know what goes on in an MMA fight, you know, you would just see that they're just holding each other. But it's a battle of positioning. It's a battle of transitioning.
Yeah, a lot of dirty boxing, a lot of short punches in there just to break your opponent's concentration as Hunsaker looks for a takedown to end this round number 2. Final 10 seconds. Can he get it? Nope, we're going to see a third and final round.
Third and final round.
It goes without saying that both of these fighters have actually tried to sneak in for the takedown when they managed the dominant position up against the cage.
Yeah.
I'm just, like I said, this is a huge chess match with these guys. They almost nullify each other up against the cage. And now it's Quintin Gray immediately looking for that single leg, and he gets the first takedown of the fight. Let's see what Hunsaker has off of his back.
Hopefully what happens here is it doesn't be a stalemate on the ground because, to be honest with you, Quintin Gray can edge this round out for that takedown if there's not any action while they're on the ground.
Absolutely. That's going to score big in the eyes of the judges, especially with those first 2 rounds. I'd have to say we're almost dead even. This will definitely work in the favor of Quintin Gray here in the 3rd and final round.
Again, Luke is calm and composed. He's no slouch on his back. He's no, newcomer to being on his back. And I'm just curious to see if he tries to do any type of submission attempt, any type of escapes, or try to come back up to his feet.
Well, yeah, Luke, coming from the MMA Institute, has a very, very busy guard. You know that they have an excellent instructor in Rick McCoy as their head instructor, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in his own right. So you've got to figure that Hunsaker definitely knows what he's doing off of his back, but with bombs like that coming down, courtesy of Quintin Gray, that's going to nullify your jiu-jitsu really quick. Let's see if we can get some more of that from Quintin Gray. Referee Stacy Dolby keeping a very close eye on this action here in the 3rd and final round.
Yeah. Then again, after taking all that damage, Luke is still calm and collect.
Yeah, Luke is definitely a warrior.
He looks like he's going to get a triangle here. He has to be careful. He may get the triangle. Let's see what Luke is. It's a slippery slope.
It really is. A little bit more difficult for him because he's pressed up against the cage. A little bit less to work. Luke trying to secure that triangle.
Oh, and he's out.
And beautiful work from Quintin Gray on the top position. But he's still not quite out of danger yet. Until now. Gets to the half guard position. And dropping some vicious elbows is Quintin Gray.
Yeah.
Hunsaker in a bad spot. Definitely trying to regain that guard position again. And Gray
guard. This can be very bad for Luke.
Mount.
This can be very dangerous for Luke.
But beautiful work of Luke getting back to the half guard.
Yeah. Complimentary of jiu-jitsu 101.
Yeah, a bad spot for Luke, but Luke immediately getting back the full guard. Good job on Luke Hunsaker to regain the full guard. Let's see if he can do something with it with the final seconds of the 3rd and final round.
If Luke can pull something off, it'd be good, but it doesn't look like much action is coming. We'll see what happens. Don't sleep on Luke. Something can happen instantly. Don't close your eyes.
Luke with the half butterfly guard, trying to maneuver the hips of Quintin Gray with 10 seconds left in this 3rd and final round. He's got to pull out something spectacular here in this last 10 seconds. Otherwise, this fight might be Quintin Gray's. And that's going to do it. Let's go make it official, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Our judges scored this contest 29-28 Hunsaker, 28-29 Gray, and 29-28 for your winner by split decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Quintin Gray!
All right, let's give it up for Quintin Alexander Gray! All right, so, this whole fight, points could have been taken away. You were very aggressive coming out in the beginning. You had an unintentional growing knee, which we saw twice. Kind of walk us through it, how you kept your composure and didn't want to be, you was a little trigger shy, but then came into the latter rounds and then actually got the takedown.
Well, coming into this fight, I knew Luke was a tough guy, so I really wanted to pace myself, let him work. and let him get tired, but it took longer than I thought. I mean, unintentionally, these things happen. I'm going to try to control my weapons better next time. But I'm not super satisfied with this win, to be honest. I wanted a quicker finish. But I'll be definitely looking at the title fight tonight really closely. So Edith Starnes, Keon Miner, whoever wins, I'm coming for you.
Oh! All right. All right. Well, you definitely displayed some resilience. You definitely displayed some finishing. And you definitely displayed some takedown defense. So that's what's next. If that's what you want, you called it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, your champ right here.